Hi there, it's Mrs. Drake with the clarinet, and we are going to be doing Lesson 21. Lesson 21, the second part of Lesson 21. Please check the other video for song number 1 and song number 2. So for this video, I'm going to be starting on song number 3. Of course, I hope you've already warmed up. And remember, a warm-up I really like at this stage is the low finger tester and the high finger tester. Listen to this and warm this up. If you haven't done those, go ahead and do those right now. Okay, everybody, let's check song number 3. Everybody check song number 3. I'm going to leave off the repeats, but of course, feel free if you want to turn off the video and practice it on your own and do the repeats, totally okay. Okay, so check song number 3. It's called Beats and Afterbeats. And as you look through the song, notice it's in the divisi style, meaning you have to choose whether you're going to play the top notes or are you going to play the bottom notes. I'm going to do both. I'm going to play once the top notes, then I'm going to do the bottom notes. And you can decide, do you want to play the same part as me or do you want to do the opposite part? Because they will sound good together if you choose the opposite part of me, apart from what I'm playing. So look through it. Do you see that the top note and the bottom are octaves apart? Meaning if the top note is a C, the bottom note is also a C. If the top note is an F, the bottom note is also an F. It's called an octave. So the divisi is written in octaves. Okay, so as you look through song 3, please also notice that there's lots of those little eighth rests. Look through the song. They look kind of like demented sevens. It's called an eighth rest. Consider it a T. You know how we do often T, 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 T. And the value of an eighth rest is half of a beat, the same as the value of an eighth note, half of a beat, and it would be considered T, T. So song number 3 would be T, 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 ta. Kind of challenging, because those eighth rests are very short. Okay, song number 3. I'm going to play the top of the divisi. You can play along with me, or you can play the bottom of the divisi, whatever you'd like to do. Everybody warm up their first note. So I'm going to lead it off by going 1, 2, ready, go. T, 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 T. Because realize it starts on a rest. Okay, everybody, song 3 with no repeats. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, now I'm going to play the bottom staff of song 3. The bottom is going to be the bottom of the divisi. Okay, song 3, everybody warm up your first note. No repeats. Song 3, no repeats. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, everybody, song 4, Yankee Doodle. This is a melody that maybe you know. Okay, so what's catching my eye is the F-sharp key signature, F-sharp key signature. And there is a couple F's in it. The first one is in measure 7. So you got to tell yourself, are you going to remember to do F-sharp? If you think you might forget, feel free to draw sharp signs by the F's. It doesn't hurt to write in reminders for yourself. F-sharp is first finger, no thumb. Remember, first finger, no thumb is F-sharp. Some of the notes have the arrows under it, means to play it a little bit louder, flick your tongue a little stronger. I'm not very picky about that. Under the ending, toward the ending, there's that big crescendo marking, which means gradually become louder. In elementary school, I don't follow those things. Just try to get your fingers right, try to get the rhythm right, try to get a beautiful tone. There is another thing I want to mention. It does go into the high notes. Look in measure 2. Notice that it goes to a B. And remember, for high B, you got to have all your fingers and your left green. Left green. The left green also activates the red. So I typically, when I go for the green, I hold down the red at the same time because I feel like it gives me a good grip. Realize that when you hit the green, the red goes down anyway. So if you want to use both pinkies, it's okay. So song number 4, second measure. The second note of the second measure is high B. Everybody warm up a high B. all fingers, both pinkies. The second note of the second measure is high B. Oh, I made a mistake. It's in the first measure too. I didn't see that. It's in the first measure also. The fourth note of the song is a high B. So I'm going to play the first measure. Let me try it again. This is the first measure. Everybody warm up the first measure. Kind of challenging. Okay, song 4. If it's too hard for you, feel free to just put your clarinet on your shoulder and move your fingers with me, or you can just simply listen to me playing it the first times, or you can turn off the video and play it slower, but eventually I hope you can play it with me. Ta, 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 song 4. 1, 2, ready, go. That was Yankee Doodle. Okay, next song, Funeral March. So again, it has the divisi where you could play the high or you could play the low. I got to tell you, the high part is quite challenging. If you jump ahead to measure 6, you notice it goes up to a high B. And we've never even played a high B before. So in measure 6, if you look at the slur at the beginning of measure 6, and I'm talking about the top part of the divisi, in measure 6 it goes G, A, B are the first 3 notes of measure 6. So it starts with 3 fingers, that's high G, high A, high B. So everybody warm up high G, A, B. That is the beginning of measure 6. If you look toward the end, there's some high B's down there also. The top part is quite challenging. And then there's another thing that has the F sharp key signature, So on the high, like the second note of the song, high F sharp is middle finger. High F, is first finger with the thumb on the register key. But high F sharp is middle finger. I don't know if we've ever tried that before. Try a high F sharp. All the F's in that one have to be played F sharp with on the middle finger. Okay, so I'm going to play the bottom staff. I feel that the top staff is actually, if you're looking for a challenge, go for it. But I actually feel the top of the divisi on Funeral March is inappropriate. It's too challenging. If you want to try it, go ahead. But would you work mostly on the bottom of the divisi and try to get the bottom of the divisi correct? So F sharp key signature. So the second note is going to be F sharp, first finger, no thumb. There is some high B's, like in measure 7, you do have to go up to that high B, which is left green. Okay? There are some slurs. I encourage you to try the slurs. And remember, in this book, sometimes they put the slur on the top of the divisi or on the bottom. It means it's for both. So if you see any of the slurs, please realize it's slur, the top of the divisi and the bottom of the divisi should both have slur. So the first measure is... The first 2 notes are slurred. Everybody warm up the first measure. Okay, song number 5, Funeral March. It's pretty challenging. I'm playing the bottom staff. Feel free to play the bottom with me. If you're looking for a big challenge, try the top. But if you want, you can just play the bottom with me. 1, 2, ready, go. beautiful melody. Do you hear how it kind of has like a spooky sound to it? It's called E minor. It's in E minor. Okay, so that was lesson 21.